I will talk about pyrolysis of rice to biochar and their properties, how the pyrolysis of raw rice and after anaerobic digestion fermentation. So rest. So we see how this will change to the quality. The work is published in recent number of Korean Journal of Chemical Engineering and is cooperation of Korean uh, Sung Kyung Kwan University with Punjab University in Pakistan after leadership of Jawad Akhtar. The work is the title and effect of pyrolysis temperature on the physiochemical properties of biochars produced from whole and fermented rice husks. The researcher wanted to check the fixed bed reactor of pyrolysis, which means that on slow means from 200 to 600 Celsius. So obtaining mostly olive, little ash, and little gases products. And the question is how, what is better is the biochar after fermentation of rice or without, and how can be these biochar properties are improved or worse. So the why would make because pyrolysis is faster method than other processes require much heat, but allows to utilize very quickly a lot of waste. Uh, Here is as Pakistani as 11 largest rice producers in the world, and rice grains are mechanically separated by from paddy straw during harvesting, yielding rice husk as natural byproduct. And 20% of rice produced is this paddy waste that needs to be utilized, generating mm, generating 2 billion of tons of husk produced by Pakistan. So this is a huge waste that can be transferred into renewable sources of green chemicals. And there, why pyrolysis is not gasification? Because gasification is thermal composition like pyrolysis, but with using of oxygen, because it generates mass oxide and nitrogen oxide, which makes more expensive to or to separate to clean the gas. And estimation of analysis was sample of husks were catched from local field in Sheikhapura, Punjab province, and they dried and using for analysis. The biomass was mashed to 2 milliliters crushed for pyrolysis and preparations. After 1 gram of dry biomass was dissolved and sulfur extractiveness was content of hemicellulose and lignin in both cases. And as a result, we get that fermented was mm, using after the fermentation of anaerobic digestion fermentation, and with the rest of rice husk after the fermented was changed because much lower cellulose 18 19% to 33 and 15 hemicellulose was also much lower. The rest in fermented was mostly lignin. The pyrolysis going the 600 to 200 was most the reduction was in 600 up to 80%. However, better pyrolysis was from raw uh, has percentage that fermented. So this is because the rest is lignin, which is harder to decompose. The after this, we're checking how the yield, biochar yield, was composed, and mm, this shows that mm, true density of biochar was much higher in case of fermented rice husk that raw rice husk even 40%, now 1.9 after 600 to 1.4 in case of rice husk. So this means that this lignin majority caused the denser material. The calorific values of fermented was also better. So for heating is better, for using of carrier is much better. It's twice half of this, so 30 megajoule per kilogram of fermented rice herbs is versus 20. This causing that where does road could be due to higher lignin extractive content, thus pills or lignis extractive rich feedstock yielded biochar with higher gross calorific values, so highly but this biochar highly promising feedstock for use in co-firing application. So the fermented obtain equivalent to those of high-graded lignite of subdic um, tumors cause. Sorry, about composition yield in case of fermented rice husk, the hemosols didn't change, only was increased high or high ratio to 60% of lignin. The ratio was decreasing was cellulose. Hemicellulose was stable, whereas in case of raw rice husk, the also major core value was cellulose, which decreased from 30 to 10%, and decreased was also hemicellulose, while lignin rise to the level similar to initial of fermented. Thus shows that this temperature 260 The cleavage was on mostly hemicells and cellulose. So this shows that there is slow analysis. So the fermented rice cups exhibited higher carbon content, higher true density, and higher gross calorific values, which indicates that can be potential for replacement of medium ranked corn. Higher content of lignin derived on evidence of enriching with polycondensed aromatic compounds. The fermentation improves physicochemical properties, resulting biochar and expands its utilization as an alternative to bituminous rancor, in addition to the applications such as precursor of producing activated carbons. An adsorbent and separation purpose, a salt conditioner or reducing agent in metallurgical applications. Thank you very much for listening to me, and sorry for my voice troubles.